I remember right. And then I will share the pictures. And you can choose one. I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look. I've put it on the Grammar Shed, and you can download it and choose which one yourself, or I can give you one. It's completely up to you. Hope that's okay.
Give me one because I didn't
Uh-huh.
see it.
Yeah, no problem. No, we'll just take one at random then. I think the ones at the beginning are better. There's more to talk about, I think, in the ones at the beginning. But do you want to try this one? There's quite a lot going on in this one.
Okay.
Okay. I actually like them all, though. I enjoy retelling them, and I think they're great for language study, really. So, what can you see in the very first picture?
Okay, is a baby there, a toddler, I guess.
Good, excellent. I agree. He looks like a
Toddler
toddler.
pulling the clothes from the table,
Sorry, what did you call it? The
a tablecloth
good, excellent. He's pulling the tablecloth off the table. Yeah,
of the
excellent.
table. I think he's trying, he or she, I think it's a he. He's trying to reach the ball that is over the table.
Good, good,
Yeah,
excellent,
but in his, yeah, that's the first picture, right? And then,
excellent.
but in his efforts for reaching the ball, he really break the ball because it goes to the floor, right? It
Good, yeah,
fell.
he breaks the bowl. But yeah, I'm not sure. They will say it differently from me in Tennessee, definitely. But I hear a difference between ball and bowl. Ball and bowl. It is slight. It's a slight difference, and
No, no,
in
no, no. Don't worry. It's fine. It's my accent.
well, they won't have the same accent as me in Tennessee. They really won't. They definitely won't. As you know they don't have the same accent as me in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah,
And so
but
I'm
don't
not
worry
sure.
because it's my accent. I still have a very strong Spanish
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
accent, and it's really difficult for me sometimes.
So
To
it's the same as the difference between cool and coal, or um fall, fold, tall, toll. Yeah,
yeah,
tall or toll as well. We could do those two, tall and toll. And I think it's a good way to learn pronunciation, kind of examining different pairs where it's the same kind of vowel sound. And it is difficult, that all, old.
those that you just those words that you just write, they're difficult for me because they
Well,
I don't know, they're so similar in my
they
mind.
are,
I
they
cannot
are.
tell the difference.
Yeah, they are really, really similar. I agree. They're really, really similar. And it doesn't help that the Americans have a different way of saying a lot of these than the Brits, and the Australians say it slightly differently. The north of England is very different from the south of England in the way they pronounce those words as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
It
so
is.
yeah, he pulls the bowl off the table.
Uh-huh. And he breaks the ball. The ball is
Good,
broken right now.
good.
And then he realized, okay, something is not right because he looks like not surprised, but I think he's thinking like he's in trouble. He
Yeah,
knows
good, good,
somehow that okay, I'm in trouble now.
good.
And then
Excellent.
I guess it's his mom or maybe his grandma. I don't know. Uh, she realized what he did. Well, she's punishing him.
Good. Yeah, yeah, good. Do you know what we call
Right?
this kind of punishment?
Spank you.
Spanking or smacking. Good. Yeah. To spank or to smack. And you're right. They did used to say spank very often, but yeah, it's spanking the child or smacking. I think in the UK, we usually say to smack, if I'm honest. It's not
We just
allowed
use
anymore. Sorry?
spank to spank.
Yeah, I think in America they say spank more often. I do. And I think in the UK we might say smack more often, for hitting the child on the bum, basically to punish the child.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, she's spanking the toddler, and then when the next one is, I guess, I don't know if it's the same
It is. It
boy,
is.
but
It is.
now he's not a toddler, right? He's a kid, maybe 10 years old, something like that,
Good.
playing with a ball,
Good.
football. He's
Good.
playing football. And then while he was playing, I guess he didn't wasn't paying attention to anything around him. He was so into the game
Good.
Suddenly the ball hit the window, a glass window.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, it smashed the window. It hit the window. It broke the window. Smash is very often for glass, often used for glass, but it smashed the window. Good.
Right. Smashed the window. Um, then I think it's the owner of the house or the grandpa is
Good.
looking like an old man because it looks a very archaic method to punish.
It is, yeah. It was used in the UK in schools, that punishment for a long time, until the 1980s, I think it was still used. It's a cane, we call that stick. We called it a cane, and yeah, he decides to hit the boy with the cane to punish the boy by hitting him with the cane.
Yeah,
Dave, did they punish girls like
that's
that?
very,
Yeah,
very
I think boys and girls. It was all, as far as I'm aware, I think it was all pupils. Yeah, until about the 1980s. So not nowadays. And yeah, nobody is allowed nowadays. You know, I don't think parents are allowed to smack their children either nowadays.
I don't. No. Right now, I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
it's a very, very big difference. Very big changes in my lifetime as well.
Yes, yes. And well, the boy is in pain. He's crying.
Yeah,
Because,
absolutely. I think it should be illegal. I think that kind of punishment should be illegal.
that's actually abuse.
Yes, and I've met teachers and they're not all good. I don't trust all of them, not at all. Certainly not to be judicious with physical punishment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
what do you see in the next picture?
we have. I mean, the next boy now is a teenager.
Good.
Yeah, he's
I
growing
think so.
up. He's a teenager, but looks like he's kind of reckless all the time. He's getting into troubles. You know, first was the ball, now and then the window, and now he's riding a bicycle without paying attention of what is in front of him.
Good,
Right?
good. Yes,
Enjoying, I guess, the view, whatever. He's like daydreaming. I don't know.
Excellent.
But when he's riding the bicycle pretty fast, and then he hit a person. Is a old lady.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, he has an accident. He hit the old lady. Well, the police officer now is there. Well, at least it's not punishing him with a cane, but he is going to have maybe a fine. I don't know. He needs to serve sometime in a community service.
Good, very good. Yeah, maybe
Going
community
to a jail,
service.
I guess, because he's a minor.
Good,
Right?
good. Yeah,
But still, he's very, very upset and afraid of what is going to happen to him. Right?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, the next part now he's a pilot. That's unbelievable because after of the troubles he had in the past, now he decides to be a pilot. I don't know if that's a good choice for him. He seems like a daydreaming person, but well, still, he decides to be a pilot, but kind of in the military.
Yeah, a military pilot. Good in the Air Force. Yeah, we call it the Air Force in the
the
UK.
Air Force.
Yeah, and it's something different.
Because the next one I see is he's bombarding a city.
Good.
Right?
Yeah, he's bombarding a city. Good.
Yeah, that's not nice, but well, he's in the Air Force. And after that, finally, he gets some recognition.
Good. Yeah, he finally gets a reward for his destructive behavior. Yeah, everywhere else he's been destructive.
And then the general gives him a medal.
Good. Gives him a medal. Fantastic, Katja. That was superb. Really, really good. Lots and lots of good vocabulary there as well. I'm looking now for Nicoletta. Are you here, Nicoletta? I see you down here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic.
Hi everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, Katya, and see you next week. Please come next week. On Monday and Tuesday, I won't be here, but I will be on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so keep an eye on the Grammar Shed. But Nicoletta, do you want me to just choose a picture at random, or do you have one which you want to describe? Have you already seen these pictures?
No, I haven't seen them, so I'm happy if you choose one for me. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll just try and find one with a lot of action going on it. Hold on a second. I think the ones at the beginning are better, so we'll perhaps go a little bit earlier. Hold on. That's a bit similar to what we've just done as well. Let's try something that's a little bit different. Perhaps one about, yeah, perhaps we try this one. What can you see in the first picture?
Maybe it's a young family.
Uh-huh.
You can see a woman and a man, and I suppose it's their son,
Excellent.
maybe, and they are walking on a street. They do window shopping.
Good.
Yeah, and they don't pay attention for a minute, and I think their son is just decide to go on his way.
Decides to go on his way. Absolutely. He decides to go his own way to explore.
Yeah, to explore.
Good.
Yes, and I think first they get shocked a bit.
Good.
Because they can't find their son, and I suppose the husband is rushing into the traffic.
Good.
Rushing between
Yeah,
the cars.
rushing between the cars.
Yeah, to save him because he is really close to be hit. Not
being hit. Yeah, being hit. He's really close to being run over is very common for when you get hit by a car. But yeah, to being hit is fine, or being getting injured. He's very close to getting injured, very close to being run over. Good.
Yeah. And yes, once everyone is safe on the pedestrian again.
Yeah. What's Dad doing in this picture? What's Dad doing?
I think the mom is telling him off.
Okay, the mum is telling him off, definitely. And yeah, excellent. That is exactly what we use. The mum is telling him off. The mum is giving him a ticking off. You can also say that one as well. Good.
Yes, and they continue their walk,
Good.
I suppose. But yeah, maybe they hold him even tighter than before.
Good. Yeah, they're holding him even tighter than before. I think they're dragging him here as well. They look like they're pulling at his arms. So perhaps they're dragging him along.
Yeah.
Good. Keep going.
Yes, and on the next picture, they are doing the same mistake again, I suppose.
There's a little mistake there. They are. Which verb do we use with mistake? They are
making a mistake.
Yes, exactly. They are making the same mistake. Always remember it's making with mistake. They are making the same mistake again. Excellent.
Yes, and because they let their children go again to explore on his own way, and actually they find him in a horse carriage.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Yes, he's actually pulling the tail of the horse, and
do you think that's dangerous?
It's very, very dangerous because the horse can kick him off.
Good. Can kick him away, maybe. Can kick him away, or yeah, just can kick him and of course do him a serious injury. Good.
Yeah. And yeah, again they drag him away.
Good.
I suppose there is a second telling off.
Good. Excellent.
You see from the pictures, but I suppose there's must be something there. And no, they do the same thing again on the next picture. They are too much window shopping, I suppose.
Excellent.
And yes, and they find I don't know, how is it called? It's a manhole, isn't it?
Yes, you do. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a manhole. Well done. A manhole.
Yeah. So they find an open manhole, and I suppose they get shocked again because they think the boy disappeared in the manhole.
They assume the worst. Yeah, they assume the worst has happened. But you can just say they assume the worst
has happened. Yes, and I suppose the woman is screaming. and the husband is looking into the manhole, and they find the man instead of their son,
Excellent.
and they are
Okay,
very
yes.
surprised. I suppose they are really surprised because the boy is somewhere nearby, but he's coming just from the back.
Yeah, exactly. We can see him in the background and he is safe and sound. He always seems to be safe and sound, even though he's in some dangerous positions. He's safe and sound, fortunately. Excellent. And yeah, you can say, I mean, this guy, perhaps he's working in the sewers. I'm not sure. The sewers are the storm drains that carry the water system that carries the water away from the town, the wastewater. Sometimes it's called the sewers, sometimes the drains is the drains as well. They're often called the drains. Yeah.
Good.
Okay,
Thank you.
excellent. Do a little bit more because you've still got 4 or 5 minutes. I want everyone to have about 10 minutes, basically. And
Oh,
so keep going on
good.
the next picture. What can you see in the next picture?
In the next picture, I can see a pile of toys.
Good.
And I suppose it's a mother just want to do the cleaning.
Good.
Maybe
She wants to do the cleaning. Don't forget that S at
she
the end.
wants, yeah, she wants to do the cleaning in their home, and I'm not sure they are. I mean, maybe in this teddy bear looks a bit damaged.
Good.
So
Yeah, they're old toys, aren't they? They're all
old
the old
toys,
toys.
yeah.
Need to get rid of these old toys quite often, otherwise they do accumulate and you start to hoard all of these old objects. I've got loads in my shed behind me.
Yeah, so actually she collects them and she put them together, and is it the rubbish? It's a
Yeah, I
rubbish.
think so. She puts them in the rubbish. She throws them away. Yeah,
Yeah,
excellent.
she throws them away, and then she cleans up,
What's that she's got?
mopping the floor.
I agree. Yeah, it's some kind of mop. I'm not sure if it's a brush with a with just a rag on it, but a mop is usually what we use when you're cleaning the floor with a bucket of water.
Yeah, and when the kids came home, they realized that their old toys are in the rubbish
Good.
container, and in the big bin, and I suppose they are quite surprised, and maybe I don't know if they're happy about that, but they're happy they found them. I see.
Good.
Yes, because they start to pack them out from the
Unpack, actually unpack. And that's
Unpack.
the case with a lot of phrasal verbs that end in up. Yeah, to pack something up, to unpack, to do something up, undo. So you've got a lot there. Tie something up, untie. Yeah, do something up, undo. Yeah, like do your shoelaces up, but undo your shirt, undo your coat. Yeah, zip up, unzip. Lots of them work like that ending up. Not all of them, unfortunately, but a lot of them do work like that. Wrap up, unwrap is another one. Yeah, wrap up, unwrap. Wrap up the presents, unwrap the presents. Yeah.
Yeah. So once they unpacked the toys from the bin, they take them with them and they put it back where it just was.
And they put them back
Exactly the
where they
same
just
place.
were. Good, yeah. They put them back where they just were, exactly the same place. Good.
Yeah, just in the corner. And when the mom then the mom found it out.
Finds the toys, not find out here, because find out is for information. Yeah, when you find out some information. But yeah, she finds the toys again. She finds them again in the same place where she found them earlier.
She's probably quite puzzled because I suppose she doesn't understand what happened in the meanwhile.
Good, yeah. So perhaps she's completely mystified as to how the toys returned to that place. Yeah, who put them there?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a special message in this story?
A special message?
Sometimes there seems to be.
I'm not sure about that. Probably you know the special message.
No, I don't. I don't. I'm
don't?
guessing every time, certainly, but I don't know. Perhaps, it's something about children that they always put things back when you tidy them away. I don't know. I really don't know.
Or you have to ask the kids before you do that.
The kids know. That was excellent, super, really, really good, Nicoletta. Fantastic. Loads and loads of words came up there, and so that's really good for our vocabulary revision. Let's go on now to Marina. Is Marina there? But thank you very much. And come back next week, please. I'll be, as I say, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I try to do classes at 10 in the morning or 4 in the evening, because I know some people prefer 10, some prefer 4. But if you have a time that you prefer, please write it in the Grammar Shed, because maybe other people will prefer that time as well. As long as it's weekday and between, say, 9 o'clock and 5 o'clock London time, I'll certainly consider it if it's in the typical working hours.
Great.
Okay, so
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you for giving us all of those new words. Let's go on to Marina. Can you hear us, Marina?
Yes, thank you. I'm joined later because I was enrolled in another class. I'm sorry.
That's okay, that's okay, no worries. So do you want me to choose a picture, or do you have one that you would like to retell?
Oh no, I think you're ready to choose me picture.
Okay, yeah, I'll choose. Just to let you know, though, if you do want to choose your own pictures, you're welcome, guys. You can just
Okay.
download this book. It's on the Grammar Shed, the book. If you click more posts, you'll see it. It is there, available for download. And it just means you can choose the one which you really like, because I do know everybody has their own personal favorites with this kind of thing. Let's perhaps try this one, Marina. What can you see in that first picture?
I can see my son in the past.
Yes, really, really. How old is your son now?
Now he's 6, but he was
He was like that a couple of years ago, yes?
yeah, just recently was like this, yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
this is a boy. I definitely want to build something. He has a specific tools. I don't remember this name for tools.
It is a hammer,
Yeah, a hammer, and he's tried to fix maybe father's clock.
Father's, yeah, gold watch, I would say this. Gold.
Okay,
It's not a clock, because clocks always hang on the wall.
I
Those
see.
old pocket watches, it's
But
old.
it's so old-fashioned type
Mm,
of watch.
it is,
Yes, I even don't know name. Gold watch.
you could say a watch on a chain, I suppose. But yeah,
Yes.
a watch on a chain. But yeah, it's an old-fashioned timepiece, certainly.
Yes, but I think it's very expensive now and unique, and maybe this watch remind about past for father, and he's very value. This is
Good, yes, yeah, absolutely. Perhaps
so.
it carries some sentimental value, yeah, some
Yes, yes,
memories from the past, and so some sentimental value for the father, because it
Ye-
helps him really.
yes, because I'm sure it was so expensive for that time, and suddenly his father maybe it's grandfather actually, I don't know.
Good.
His grandfather realized that his grandson play with the most expensive sentimental value in his life.
Good. Was playing, I would say, was playing, because he
Was playing. Yeah, yes,
and so he
thank you.
realized he was playing with the gold watch, yeah, his favorite gold watch.
Yes, and he tried to explain that the hammer is not best toys for his watch, for his gold watch.
Good. Maybe not the best tool to use to repair his gold watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Very useful word, like a hammer.
And his grandfather was so angry that he has lots of ripple on his face. How to say?
Sweat. He was sweating. Yeah, he was sweating.
Right.
He was so angry, he was sweating. You can say he was seething with anger as well. That's one that I've just
That's a new word for me, sweating.
Seething with anger. It only works with anger and rage. He was seething with anger. He was seething with rage, because yeah, this is, as you say, it's sentimental value. It's his favorite gold watch. Good.
Yes, and probably he was quite rude, because the toddlers doesn't understand this value. It just was a simple toys.
Yeah.
And he became crying.
He started crying, not he become crying. He started.
He started.
But
He started.
He burst. Do you know it? He burst. I always say it just because I think it's really common. He burst into tears. Yeah, he burst.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah. He burst into tears. Thank you.
You can say he started bawling his eyes out as well. Bawl your eyes out or cry your eyes out is very common as well for when somebody cries a lot. Yeah, so he started
Mhm.
crying his eyes out,
Mhm.
bawling his eyes out.
So he started bawling his eyes out,
Good. Bawling.
and it was so unexpected for grandfather that he stopped shouting
Good.
at him and start to think how to make quiet and calm his grandchild and make more happier.
Good. How to quiet his grandson down or calm his
Yeah, quiet down. Yes.
quieten somebody down or calm somebody down. Good.
Thank you. But lucky he that his wife came to the room
Good.
and start to help. Maybe start to understand what's the matter
Okay,
and
good. Yeah.
help to make calm down
Calm him down. Calm him down. Calm the
and
boy.
make calm him down.
Yeah, you don't need make though. You can say make him calm, but it's more common to say
Just
calm him
calm
down.
him
Quiet.
down.
Good.
But situation was under control. The toddlers continues crying and don't want to calm down. I
Good.
think because he really liked that old watch.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, he continued
And
to throw a tantrum. Sorry. Throw a tantrum is excellent for when you he continued to have his hysterics, to be hysterical.
oh yes, to
Yeah,
throw a tantrum.
normally go into hysterics. But yeah, he continued to throw a tantrum. He continued to bawl his eyes out.
Yes. And the noise was so big that a neighbor come to their house.
Okay,
just,
okay, good.
just to understand what's the matter.
The noise was so loud, good, that the neighbor came. Yeah, the noise was so loud.
Yes.
Good. Or deafening, you can even say. The noise was deafening, so the neighbor came round.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, good. What did Dad?
And try to find out how to solve this problem.
Good.
They started to start to talk with each other.
Good, yeah.
They
They started
start
to
to
talk
talk
with
each other, and they even forgot about toddlers.
Good.
And while they are discussing, the neighbor's husband joined the nice company, and the poor toddlers was long time without any attention, and she decided to continue play with her hammer and golden watch and how to say broke and completely broken everything.
He completely broke the watch. Yeah, you can say smashed here as well. He smashed the watch with the hammer. He broke
And
the watch with the
smashed
hammer.
the watch with the hammer.
Good.
And he becomes so happy that all adults forgive him this how to say, I
Forgave, yeah,
don't know.
forgave him for this crime, this sin, you might say.
Yes, forgive him for this crime.
Not quite, it's too strong really, crime, but yeah, forgave him for breaking for breaking the watch, you can say. Forgave him for breaking the watch. Forgive someone for doing.
How to say forgave him? He's guilty. He was guilty
You could
and
say
he forgave.
sin. You could say sin, yeah, forgave him his sin. But sin is a religious word. It's what we use what they use in the Bible for the
Okay.
breaks God's law. Yeah, then you commit a sin. And but it is too strong, I think, for smashing a
Okay.
gold watch. It's some people might call it a sin, I suppose, but you commit a sin just like you commit a crime. Yeah, commit is the verb for sins, crimes. Yeah, it's also we use the same word with crime. Okay, that was fantastic again. Really, really good. Loads of new words there. And so thanks very much.
Yeah,
Nina.
thank
We
you.
will see you next week. I'll tell you
Thank
when
you.
the next lessons are coming, but it won't be Monday or Tuesday next week. It will be Wednesday.
Thank you very much. It was very interesting for me.
Excellent. Thanks for
Thank you.
coming. It's interesting for everybody. It's good to hear the different words that everybody uses.
Yes,
It means
thank
we
you.
get more vocabulary. Let's now go on to Elaine. I'm trying to just follow the order in which people put their names down on the list. And so, Elaine, can you hear us? Elaine, can you hear us? Hello? Okay, if you're not there, we can wait 10 minutes and go for Mikita first. Mikita, are you here? Hello?
Hello, Dave. Hello,
Hello,
Dave.
hello,
Hello, everyone.
Excellent.
Uh,
Good to have you here.
I'm glad to be back.
We're glad to have you. Tell us, which one would you like to do? Have you had a look at the pictures? Do you want to choose one?
Dave, would you mind if we had a small talk instead?
No, I don't mind at all. Do you have
Yes, I'd like to ask you something about something. There is a common stereotype that I believe exists in many countries, particularly in the post-Soviet ones, and it says that a lot of British people or the English, they are tea drinkers.
I'm
Tea
drinking
drinkers.
coffee.
Yes, and I'd like to ask how much true is that?
How true is that? How true is that? You don't.
How true is that? Do people in your country really love tea? Love to drink tea so much? Do they maybe do they prefer coffee instead, or do they prefer coffee to tea?
I do prefer coffee to tea personally, but I drink tea as well. I used to drink just tea with milk because when I was growing up, everybody in the UK drinks tea with milk, and most people drink the very boring breakfast tea. But having been abroad, having lived abroad, I discovered that there are many other types of tea, like Earl Grey and lots of other types. You know, I drink a lot of different types now, but I also like green tea, and I don't put milk in any of these teas. And so I have changed my tea drinking habits. But generally speaking, I don't think British people drink more tea than anybody else. I think tea is popular in all countries. I think, you know, usually restaurants as well nowadays will have a number of different teas available because people, they understand people like a nice range of teas. And I suppose that the stereotype might even come from the fact that during the British Empire, tea was a very important commodity. And I think it was a lot of the, you know, I think it's true that a lot of our empire involved tea being imported and exported. And so perhaps that's where the stereotype comes from. I don't know, being honest. But I, you know, I've never had.
Did tea come from India to the UK?
Yeah, I assume so, but I'm not sure. I've always found it interesting that China is called chai.
Chai, exactly.
So I assume that some tea comes from China, but I'm not sure. I mean, of course, yeah, India does have a lot of tea. They're famous for it, but I think tea is very popular in Japan or something like that. Yeah, they have tea ceremonies, don't they, or something like that? I'm not sure. I've never been to Japan, but I seem to remember one time in Moscow having a tea ceremony somewhere, and I think it was a Japanese themed place.
I'm afraid to be mistaken, but as far as I know, I've read, Finland is among the countries with the highest consumption of coffee.
Really? Okay, well, of course, they like coffee.
Coffee. They like coffee very much, yes, and there are lots of types of sorts of coffee sold in Finland, and in my in the town I live in, there are two big supermarkets, and yeah, you can have all kinds of coffee. If you prefer instant coffee, you can buy instant coffee, or if you want if you prefer to make your own coffee, maybe you use a coffee maker, this machine, I mean,
Yeah, I do.
So
I do. I'm very fussy with my coffee. I certainly don't like instant coffee. I don't think that's real coffee. And I certainly don't like Starbucks. I think their coffee is disgusting. I think it's the worst around. I can't understand how you can have coffee shops, places devoted to coffee, and they serve you the worst coffee in the world. Starbucks, I think, is the worst.
This name has to do with the literature. It's Starbucks. Have you read or maybe have you heard about Moby Dick by Herman Melville?
Yeah.
It's an American writer, and it's his magnum opus.
Yes,
his magnum opus.
It's probably
yes,
the top 10.
and even though I have never really read it completely, because yes, it's quite a long book, and it's hard to read even in my first language, in Russian.
It's hard to English. It is. It's very old-fashioned English. There are a lot of very difficult words. It's very biblical, so there's a lot of biblical language in it. Yes, it's
exactly.
A challenging book to read.
Challenging, yes, and it's really it tests your English, your I don't know, your erudition, or
your erudition. Certainly, yes. There will be. I'm sure that you learn a lot of new vocabulary when you use a book like that, because you will need to use a dictionary very often. And I mean native speakers here. I do mean natives will be.
And I'm not sure, but well, the word maybe calenture. It's like a tropical fever, and it comes from one of Herman Melville's works. He wrote about some tribes from I don't know, Caribbean region, or well, I cannot remember, and I can't tell you right now what kind of book is it, but he prior to writing Moby Dick, he wrote Herman Melville wrote Typee and Omu, I think, two small novels. Yes, and they describe the lives of some I don't know, tribes or people, primal people, I don't know,
primitive tribes. Yeah,
yes, primitive tribes in some islands in the Pacific. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. How is this connected to Starbucks? So I thought you were saying that.
So Starbucks is one of the characters from Moby Dick. It was the first mate of the captain Ahab, or I'm not sure. I can't.
You're right. Yeah, Captain Ahab. Captain Ahab is the main character in Moby Dick.
Yes, he and his assistant, or his right hand, or was named, or is named, or his name is I don't remember his name, but his last name is Starbucks, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I see. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I have read Moby Dick in an abridged version recently, not the original difficult one, in an abridged version made for English learners, and it was heavily.
But I am familiar with the plot of this book only by watching the film from I believe 90 from the year 90 of 1953 or 4. I am not remember. I only remember that it stars an American actor, Gregory Peck.
Okay, I see. Yeah, it stars Gregory Peck. It is, of course, in the top 10 books of all time.
And yes, I think he played Captain Ahab. Captain Ahab. But I'm not sure. I've watched this film only once, so
When I
and
was
it's
young, I did
mhm.
read a very interesting book. I think, yeah, it is written as a novel. I think it's also been made into a play, but by Herman Melville. I really recommend Billy Budd. I think it's a very
Mhm, mhm,
I read it a long time ago, but I really liked it. It was a very interesting characterization, the difference between Billy Budd and this other character in the book. I forget his name now, but he only sees the evil things in the world, and Billy Budd is really innocent and naive, and he only sees the good things in the world. But very interesting story, very interesting plot. I certainly recommend it if you're into Herman Melville.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
worth reading, certainly.
And he wasn't recognized when he was alive.
Like a lot of writers, yeah.
And unfortunately, yes, and a lot of people didn't understand his literary works, and he died working as a clerk at New York Customs.
Okay, yeah, I think
Yeah.
he started the seafaring genre. You know, I think it was him first,
Mhm.
or he was one of the first who did lots and lots of stories of life out at sea. And of course, that was a very different life to life on the land. And yeah, it's a whole new genre of fiction. Okay, let's go on to Elaine, but thank you, Makita. That was fantastic. Really interesting to discuss literature. It's obviously a
Thank you.
fascinating topic. Perhaps we'll
Thank you.
do some literature classes in the future. You know, once people have had a watch of some of the lectures on the literature course, we could actually discuss some of those books as well. But let's go on to Elaine. Are you with us, Elaine? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Excellent.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're loud and clear. It's all good at my end. So do you have a picture
Okay.
you would like to describe today, or do you want me to give you one?
I would like to have a conversation.
Okay, excellent. Go on.
Yeah, because it's almost midnight here.
It's almost midnight, yeah? Where are you exactly? Are you in Taiwan?
Yeah. Taiwan, yes.
Yes, okay, I did remember. I'm not always perfect with my memory isn't always very good. But okay, so you're in Taiwan.
It's okay. Pardon?
So you're in Taiwan, it's almost midnight. What would you like to discuss? Do you have any grammar
Actually,
or literature? Or?
Actually, I'm a medical school student.
I see. Okay. And so are you?
I study anatomy and cell biology.
Anatomy and cell biology. Okay. And
yeah, I'm interested about brain, the brain region, about music and language.
You're interested in, yeah, it's always interested in. You're interested in.
Okay.
And so what is it what is it specifically you're interested in?
The brain region. The brain region. REGION.
Yeah, brain region.
Brain region. Between language and music.
Okay, so the connections in the brain between language and music. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called hippocampus.
Okay, the hippocampus. I recognize
hippocampus.
Yeah, indeed. I know this area of the brain.
Yeah.
It has a place in philosophy.
Yeah.
I remember that Descartes thought that there was something in the hippocampus, that the soul was in the hippocampus.
Yeah.
It's right at the back, isn't it? Right at the back of the head, yeah?
Middle. They have two parts.
Okay, I see. And how does it
yeah.
How is it connected to language and music?
Because they're all kind of melody, and they're connected between memory or emotion.
Emotional memory.
Emotion and memory.
Emotion and memory. I certainly understand how language is a very emotional thing. I think learning a language is very emotional. People can get very shy about their own voice, for example. And I think very emotional attitude to our voice and to music as well. Of course, music is emotion. You know, when you like a song, emotionally like it, you become attached to it.
Yeah. And now I'm an English teacher, and I'm very confused about the education of the English.
So yeah, it's very
because
music, yeah, to teach English, yeah.
Yeah, because I was a guitar player before, electric guitar.
You were a what before?
I was an electric guitar player before.
Okay, you play electric guitar. Yeah, my daughter's a couple of months ago we bought her an electric guitar, and so now she's learning electric guitar.
Really?
Yes, yeah. So we have
Yeah,
an electric guitar in
and
the house.
I love British band like Radiohead, Muse, or Coldplay.
Coldplay, Radiohead. I didn't hear the second one. Maybe I don't know them. Who were they?
Muse,
Muse?
M-U-S-E,
Oh,
Muse.
M-U-S-E, yeah, Muse. I think I have heard of them, but yeah, I'm not very I'm not well acquainted with lots of music groups. But yeah, I do recognize their name actually.
Yeah,
Radiohead and Coldplay. And so do you
yeah.
use them in your class?
Pardon?
Do you use music in your classes? Do you use music to teach I remember it's elementary students you have, yeah?
Yes, I teach alphabet from kindergarten to elementary school student, and I teach grammar to junior high school student.
Oh, I see.
But in Taiwan, we use phonics and IPA.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and I thought that, but I thought that it's very difficult for me to translate between traditional Chinese and English.
To choose between traditional Chinese and English, what do you mean to choose between?
Translate.
Oh, to translate between. Okay, to translate from English into traditional Chinese, yeah?
Yeah, because the sentence is so different.
Okay. Is it word order that's different? Is it the way we put the information? Do we have a different order of the sentence usually?
Yeah, and I'm retired because I have talked for a long day.
Yeah, I understand, because you're a teacher, and so you have to use your voice all day with your classes. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of all, I'm concerned about the extremely climate change.
Sorry,
because I was working in NGO, non-government organization, and in Taiwan we have protests about the pollution of the industrial
pollution. Yeah.
Yeah, because you talk about Starbucks, so I want to talk about that. The industrial or the big company is very evil.
Okay, yeah, Starbucks are evil. I agree their coffee's evil, certainly. But yeah, I agree they're an evil company as well. I think usually big companies are unethical. Not always, but usually.
Yeah, and I teach children because they learn English more younger, more easier.
I think it's good to get youngsters singing. I think it's very good to use music to teach a language, because firstly, it gets rid of the stigma that a lot of people have about the way their voice sounds in another language. And when you sing, you speak the other language with enthusiasm, you speak the other language with joy, with pleasure. And so it's a really good method for overcoming the psychological barrier with language. I think very often that psychological barrier that many people have with a foreign language, they think they sound silly or strange in the other language, but when you're singing, you never feel silly, you never feel strange. And so it's a very good method for getting used to the sound of the language, the rhythm of the language, even the word order of the language, which I know is very often different from your own language, your native language.
Yes, and I'm happy to have you to be my teacher.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to have you in the class, Elaine. It's great to have. It's great to get lots of new words like this and to practice conversations. And I It's nice to have a dialogue sometimes rather than just a monologue, like with the pictures. It's nice to practice actually speaking to and from, yeah, having a conversation, a dialogue.
Yeah. And unfortunately, my aunt died yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Your aunt passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, passed away because of the breast cancer.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think that it's of course it's a tragedy to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that she's passed on, that she's passed away.
Yeah, so today I'm very exhausted.
I understand. And it sounds like it's late already there. Yeah, it's already past midnight. It's already late in Taiwan.
Yeah,
Do you prefer 10 a.m. or 4 o'clock? Which do you prefer? The early class or the later class?
because I have work in daytime. I only can do this conversation in midnight.
Yeah, okay, so only the 4 o'clock class. Well, if you have a time that you prefer, like I said earlier, please put it in the grammar shed, because I do try to be flexible, and I want to try as many different times as possible to get as many different students as possible. And so please do.
Yeah, okay.
If you have a time that you like, just put it in the grammar shed, write it down, and I will, you know, if it's in normal working hours and it's Monday to Friday, I will do my best to get that time and day, certainly.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Good, excellent, excellent. Well, it's been a great class today, guys. I've really enjoyed it. We'll stop here for today, but really, really good. Everyone did really well. Great vocabulary as always. And yeah, perhaps I will see you guys next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It will be on those 3 days next week. And yeah, there'll be one at 10 o'clock, one at 4 o'clock, or perhaps two at 4 o'clock, because I think it works better for most people. Okay, well, I will see you all next week, guys. Thanks for coming. I will see you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.